Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of video lecture on English for Skill Enhancement. I am Arif Ahammed. I teach English at Department of SNH, MLR Institute of Technology. Today I'll be talking about a technical vocabulary, which is a part of our Unit 5 syllabus. Okay, and also it is included in that vocabulary segment. Fine. So the topic is technical vocabulary. So let's see what are the aspects of today's lecture. What are the things that I'm going to cover? What is technical vocabulary? So basically I'll be talking about the definition of technical vocabulary, and also I'll be dealing with few examples. I'll be talking about few examples from different fields. Fine. So let's jump into the main lecture. What is technical vocabulary? So what do you understand? Normally, vocabulary means words, right? So what is technical vocabulary? Yes, any idea? Now, technical vocabulary means what? You see, is word or phrases that are used primarily in a specific line of work or profession or subject. So there are different areas. For example, let's say manufacturing industry is one area. Let's say computer science, that is one area, right? Let's say mathematics, that is one area, right? Let's say cricket, sports, that is one area. Music, let's say, that is also one area. Now, each of these areas will have some distinct words. Those words would be used only in those fields with a specific purpose, right? To convey a particular meaning. So these kind of words are actually called technical vocabulary. Understood? So technical vocabulary is nothing but specialized vocabulary. They are also known as specialized vocabulary. Why specialized vocabulary? Because they are being used in that particular field to convey a particular idea. Okay, it evolves due to the need of experts in field to communicate with clarity, precision, relevance, and brevity. Right? Now there are certain words. For example, there are complex technical process involved in many industry. Right? Now let's say if there is not a particular word, what will happen? You need to explain the entire process, which should become lengthy, and then also people might not understand what you are saying. But if you have a specialized word to describe that particular process, what will happen? People will easily get the meaning. So that is the beauty of technical vocabulary. Every field will have, or they do have, technical vocabulary. Fine. Now let's see examples. This is a general example. Now people who work in the steel industry. So please see the field. I'm talking about steel industry. That is one area or field, right? Often use words like Rockwell, Oslin, cup test, and camber. Now these are all related to steel industry. These words are actually used where special meaning pertaining to manufacture of steel. They all actually convey a particular message. They describe a process maybe, right? So they are only used in steel industry, and people who actually works in steel industry, they will easily understand what are the meaning of all these things. Fine? So this is called technical vocabulary. Understood? Now see few more examples. Accumulation. Now it's related to finance, right? Finance. Accumulation. Now, what is the meaning of accumulation? Profits that are not paid out as dividends but are added to the capital base of the corporation. So, people who are into finance, they will easily understand. So, this is one technical vocabulary in the field of finance, right? Write-off. It is related to accounting, the field of accounting. What is the meaning of write-off? Reduction in the book value of an asset. Now, again, people who are actually familiar with accounting or related to accounting field or area, they will understand the meaning of write-off. Monopoly. This is what? It is related to economics. Now, what is the meaning of monopoly? You all know monopoly is like a market in which there are many buyers but only one seller. So, if there is one seller in the market, what will happen? The market would be controlled only by that particular seller, one seller. There will be any competition. So, that is called monopoly. And it is related to economy. People who are familiar with economy or economics aspect, they will understand what is the meaning of monopoly. So, these are all technical words, technical vocabulary, and they are related to different sections, like as you can see, finance, accounting, economics, right? So let's see few more examples from different fields. See, computer science, very common thing for you engineering students, right? Now, what is the meaning of access? You all can easily answer it. The operation of reading or writing stored information, that is called access. Now, this is a technical word. Now, please understand that this word might have a normal meaning also. Now, let's say, for example, I don't have access to that room, right? I can use it. But when I'm using it in a different context, it's not technical vocabulary. Rather, it's part of general vocabulary. the vocabulary or the words that we use for our day-to-day communication. But the moment we come to computer science, let's say if I am talking something about computer science and using this particular word access, it contains a different meaning, right? What is the meaning? The operation of reading or writing stored information. So it is a technical vocabulary when pertaining to the field of computer science. Fine. Directory, again the same case, computer science. What is the meaning of directory? A listing of files stored in memory, usually on hard disk, right? Code. What is the meaning of code? You all know, symbolic arrangements of data or instruction in a computer program or the set of such instructions. That is called code. Now, these are all technical vocabulary and they are related to which field? Computer science. Fine, I hope you understood. Now let's see a few more examples. Oh, very dangerous subject, mathematics. I didn't like. Hopefully you like it, right? So what are the examples? You can see all these terms are related to mathematics. So they are a kind of technical vocabularies which are being used in the field of mathematics. You know, harmonic progression, interpolation, additive inverse, all the meanings are given here. Most of you already know might be the meaning. But the point here is all these words you can see, you normally do not use the word or phrase harmonic progression in your day-to-day conversation. No, right? You won't use it. You use it only in the field of mathematics. Let's say when you are writing something about math or when you are framing a question in math, you might be using this particular term. So that's why it's the example of, it is an example of technical vocabulary. Fine. Now let's see a few more examples. Chemistry. Oh, allomerism. What is the meaning of allomerism? Variability in chemical composition without variation in crystalline form. Now this is called allomerism. Now you know, people who are familiar with chemistry, they will easily understand the meaning of this particular word. It is used in the field of chemistry, so it's a technical vocabulary. What is the meaning of sublimation? A change directly from the solid to the gaseous state without becoming liquid. So the normal progression is solid, then liquid, and then to gas. But there are certain things that directly change from the solid to gaseous form. Now that process is called sublimation in chemistry. So this is also again another example of technical vocabulary in the field of chemistry. Fine. Now let's see example of different fields. This is examples from philosophy, field of philosophy. Pragmatism. What is the meaning of pragmatism? The doctrine that knowledge derives from experience. Very important thing. So if you are pragmatic, that means what? You believe that your all knowledge should actually be derived from your own experience. If you don't have experience about something, that cannot be considered as knowledge. Idealism. What is the meaning of idealism? It is also a branch of philosophy. And what is the meaning? The philosophical theory that it's not branch of philosophy, it's a theory of philosophy. Theory that ideas are the only reality. So this is one important thing. Idealism. That consider it's a kind of philosophy or theory that considers that ideas are the only reality. No other things are real. Only ideas are real. Pragmatism. What is the meaning of pragmatism? The same thing is being repeated twice actually. Fine. So these are all example of what technical vocabulary. Please understand that. So I hope it is clear. Now let's see music. Field of music. See the word. You might be already familiar with the word. Crescendo, scale, tempo, tuning. All these are related to what? Music. Field of music. They have specific meaning. Crescendo means a gradual increase in loudness. Okay, tempo means what? The speed at which a composition is to be played. The tempo of guitar, right? In which speed it should be played. So it is called tempo. Tuning means what? Calibrating something, an instrumental electronic circuit to a standard frequency. That is called tuning. And these are all related to what? Field of music. And they are example of technical vocabulary. So in such way, there are many examples of technical vocabulary. There are thousands, crores of fields, right? And each field will have such technical vocabulary. I just gave few sample examples. You can always type in Google and get a complete, more, longer list or detailed list of technical vocabulary from different fields. Fine. So you should be basically try to enhance or compile a list pertaining to the fields that are useful for you. For example, all engineering fields, technological field. Now these are very important things. You would be actually working in these fields, right? So you should be familiar with all the technical vocabularies, pertaining to these fields. Right? So please start compiling a list. And internet can be used. There are many resources easily available in internet. Right? Now, so what are the takeaway point of today's lecture? we got to know about what is technical vocabulary. We got some idea about the concept of technical vocabulary, and then also we got to know about few examples from different fields like computer science, math, what are the philosophy, economy, all these fields from different fields. We got to see few examples. Fine. So I hope you understood. Now the concept technical vocabulary is clear for you. So please remember that I just gave few sample examples. You have to prepare a enhanced list, okay, pertaining to the fields, different fields, especially the fields that you would be working in future. Fine. So I hope it is clear. Thank you everyone for being with me. I'll meet with all of you again with the next topic of Unit 5. Thank you everyone.